Hi friends, this is Kristen Fagan here with a new episode of Free Spirit Beading here on Softlex Company's Facebook and YouTube channel. I'll be with you in just a moment. Today I'm going to be using up the last of my Rosè All Day design kit along with the Rosè All Day Bead Strand. The design kit has sold out. However, you can still get the bead strand and you can still get some of the rondelles and other findings that I'm going to be using today over at softlexcompany.com. Hello. Hi, friends. This is Kristen here, and I'm excited about a new episode of Free Spirit Beading. I have been very busy with this Rosè All Day design kit. I feel like some design kits I get to use all the bits and pieces, and other kits I just barely get a chance to touch depending on what's going on. So here I am doing my third project with the Rosè All Day design kit this month. Hello. Hi, Gail. Hi, Mary and Tony, Danielle, Irish Heritage. What's your name, Irish Heritage? Let's see. I don't know if I'll remember it from video to video, but I'm going to try. Hi, Paula. Hi, Loretta, Maria, Cynthia, Mary Ellen. Wonder if I see a few more of you joining me live today because it is a holiday. I'm here, but some of you may be home for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Hi, Sue. Sherry is here. Hello. So just a quick little note about Martin Luther King Jr. Day. As we celebrate today, I just want to encourage you to do something within your community, possibly donate, maybe do some action around the Freedom to Vote Act. Martin Luther King Jr.'s family is calling on us to pass the Freedom to Vote Act. You can find out more about it over at congress.gov, but it's basically a bill that addresses the voter registration and access along with integrity and more. It also has in there to make Election Day a federal holiday, which would also allow more people the access to vote. So I'm not going to say any more. You can go to congress.gov and check it out and maybe do a little research and call your senators if you feel called to do that to help with that Freedom to Vote Act here on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Happy Monday, Marisol. Hi, Julie. Yes, it totally is here too. Marisol says the weather is rosy here in Tucson. It is beautiful here in Arizona, in Phoenix right now too. It's just super gorgeous. I stepped outside for a little bit yesterday and did some yard work, kind of in the back. I have a bunch of stuff to do in the front that I've been putting off because I've been so chilly. But it's actually been really nice the last couple of days, and I have to stop procrastinating and do some yard work. Snowstorm, Shelly says. Snowstorm here. Oh my goodness. It's so funny when I hear of snowstorms because it's just so foreign to where I live now and where I've been for a really long time. I go visit snow, but it doesn't really happen here. But how nice to have a snow day. I do miss snow days from when I was younger and having those days where it's just beautiful to watch the snow fall, but too chilly to go out and you're just hunkered in, all cozy. That's always nice. Gail's got snow where she is in southwestern PA as well. Fun. Okay, so just to recap some of our Rosè All Day jewelry, we've got this necklace that we made together last week, and I ended up going with the shorter design. I love it. I always go backwards. There we go. I love it. I think this pendant was just so cool to work on. And I can see that being something in a really long lariat style, like that Y lariat we talked about. I think that could be a great way of doing it too. I had just enough chain left to make myself a simple chain bracelet. And I might just add a little charm or something on here. But I also realized that I can open up this chain and open up the chain on the back of the necklace here and create my own extension if I wanted to wear it longer, depending on my outfit I've got going on. So that was kind of a nice, happy accident as well. So now I've got a bracelet and a shorter strand necklace, or I can add the bracelet to the back of the necklace and make it a little bit longer. Super cool, right? I love it. So that's one design we made. And then the other design we made together before that, so that was the week before, were these silver silk Rosè All Day earrings. And this one used the Rosè All Day bead mix along with silver silk. The other one used some strands from the kit. This was a great design too. I had a lot of fun with this. I think they're so fancy looking, and I just love like the little tiny pops of pinks and creams in here. Super fun. So you can see that in one of my past tutorial videos. I think we might have had a little bit of sound issue on this one, which was kind of a bummer on the replay. So hopefully you can watch it and it's not too difficult to hear. And today we're going to work with the Rosè All Day Bead Strand and a few of the pearls from the kit, along with some rondelles that were in the kit, but are also available for sale at softflexcompany.com. So I will share those with you. And before I switch it down, the last thing I have to share is that we've got winter clearance going on over at softflexcompany.com. We've got 20% off our fall winter collection, which has a ton of our products that we introduced in the fall and winter of 2021, 2022. So everything in that category is 20% off. There is a few things that are down to just 1 or 2 items. So they're going fast. And then we've also got up to 40% off in the closeout section. So everything in the closeout section is already discounted. You'll get an extra 10% off when you add it to your cart. And that makes it up to 40% depending on the discount that it already had in closeout. And we've got quite a bit of beading wire in there. So Softflex beading wire colors that we're no longer going to be manufacturing. We have, I think, like 5 or 6 colors in there now, including pink rhodochrosite, red coral, red jasper just got added in there, which is such a great color, peridot, and quite a few others. So take a look over there. You can get quite a good deal with them being discounted and then an extra 10% off. These 2 sales are for retail priced orders. So you will not get double dipping if you have a order discount already. But if you want to take advantage of the extra 10%, or just getting that regular 20%, you can shop as a guest. All right. Do I have anything else to share before we get going? I think that's it. Thanks, Damian. Damian is here and he's sharing some links for us, a link to the fall winter collection and to the closeout section. So Snow is winding down for Cynthia in Western Maine. It's been going since 6 a.m. Oh, you must have quite a bit of snow. Yeah, Loretta says snowstorm and cold here in Syracuse, New York. I have to say, we dropped down to like, I don't know, it was like low 60s during the day, and then it was a bit cooler in the morning. Some days I think it even was in the 40s, and that was like bone chilling for me. Bone chilling. I was like, where's the fireplace? I don't have a fireplace, but I'm like, I want a fireplace right about now. Hi, Becky. Good to see you. We're just turning down to the beading table here, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we're going to make today. So I've got a bracelet and some earrings on deck. For my tools, I've got a few pairs of pliers. I've got a bent nose plier, a round nose plier, and a chain nose plier. I'm going to be using the regular crimping pliers along with the 2x2 millimeter crimp tubes. And the reason for that, same as last week, I'm going to be using our Extreme Flex medium beading wire, and the manufacturing on this wire is slightly different than our Soft Flex. It has a copper core versus the stainless steel core in the original Soft Flex. And the nylon is slightly different as well. So I like to use the regular crimping pliers when I'm using an Extreme product, especially for the security of a clasp, things like that. If I'm just creating a little crimp to hold beads in place, but it's not a secure spot like at the end of a clasp, then I would go ahead and use my magical crimpers. It'll be okay. I just like the security of using the regular crimping pliers for the clasp on this particular product line. So I just like to share that. You can get away with getting the magical crimpers to work, but there are instances where I've had the crimp slide off because the nylon and the construction of this wire is just a little bit different. So to keep myself secure, I just prefer to use the regular in this case. And here's a pair of flush cutters. Hi, Susanna, Marianne, and Nicole. Thank you for joining me. So let's go back and talk a little bit about this rosé gold color. This was put into the Rosè All Day design kit, and it was sort of a specialty one-off color. It was an happy accident. It was a little oops. It was supposed to be our champagne color, which is more of a coppery tone, like a rosy coppery tone, but it got a little more gold, and it wasn't quite our 24 karat gold, obviously, because that has the 24 karat plating in it. So we're calling it the rosé gold. We have sold out. We did put some online. We sold out of the medium, but we do have quite a few spools left of the fine. So if you like this color, you can grab it in the fine while we have it. And I think it's discounted at like 50% off. I think it's in our outlet shop. And with the outlet shop is only open to retail customers. So make sure you're logged out if you are a different customer type, and shop as a guest instead if you want to do that. Marisol says, good grief, my cat just got her tail in pink paint. That sounds like a recipe for some disaster. So it's like that could get really messy. I hope it wasn't too much. Maybe she just wants to craft and paint along with you. She wanted to be included. Creativity is her goal for the new year too. All right, so in addition to the wire, I've got these really pretty dusty, I don't know if I wouldn't say dusty pink because they're a little darker. They're kind of like a rosy pink glass pearl. I don't know what the actual color was on our content sheet for this one, but I love them. They're really pretty. So we'll be using that glass pearl strand from the design kit. We are also going to be using these sweet little, now this is a dusty pink, sweet little dusty pink 3x5mm faceted rondelle bead. This was included in the design kit along with the clear, but you can also buy more of these at softflexcompany.com. So if you missed the design kit or you want to purchase some extras, I think they're just $2 for these little strands. They make great spacers. They have really nice facets on them. And this is 2 of the colors, but I think there's maybe 5 total. There's an amethyst, a black, the dusty pink, the crystal, and something else. Something else that's totally, there's a aqua, I think. There's sort of a blue color. And then we also had this crystal with the finish on there, but we did sell out of that one. So that one's gone. But they're great little spacer beads. Marisol says, I'm sure she's thinking the same thing. She wants to create with you, and your daughter thinks it's hilarious. Yeah. If I was your daughter and I was there, it would be, I'm picturing it in my head and it's pretty hilarious. I'm sure I wouldn't feel that way if it was my cat, but the scene in my head is pretty fun. And Softflex Company shared a link to our check glass gem cut rondelle beads. So you can pick up some of them if you'd like over at softflexcompany.com. And then lastly, I've got, well, maybe not lastly. So second to last, I've got my Rosè All Day Bead strand. And I've got this cut up already. So let's just look at some of these things in here. This was included in that strand also. So my focal is going to be my little focal bead. And we still have quite a few of these left, I think, the Rosè All Day Bead strand. You can get that at softflexcompany.com. I didn't get a chance to look today, but yeah, so pretty. So that's the focal. And then there are these really big, soft pink glass beads. Really nice bead caps. This one had a very interesting, I didn't end up using this in the bracelet today, but it's got an interesting cut on it. And some of the facets are matte and some of them are shiny. Very cool. So these are all on that bead strand. This little spacer, which I will use today. Whoops. These really pretty champagne glass crystal beads. You get 2 of those. You get 2 of these pink ones. You get 4 of these bead caps. They're a nice large bead cap. You get 2 of these soft pink faceted drops, and I'm going to use that in the earring we're going to make today, along with this bead cap that comes on the strand too. So that'll be used in the earring also. And then lastly, I've got this really fun Rosè All Day wine charm. This was made by our very own James Browning. It's made out of Shrinky Dink material, Super fun, really nice of him to make this for us. He just kind of thought it would be a neat little addition. I think he has a new, I don't know if it's a circuit. I think it's a circuit that he got. And so he's been playing with it, and he made a bunch of these for us. And they were on the outside of the package. They were just a little embellishment, but I thought, well, we can't just not use it, right? So I'm going to use it as a little charm on our bracelet today. I'm probably just going to change out the jump ring to a gold jump ring so it matches my other findings. And I've got some ear wires here. We introduced a bunch of new colors of ear wires. So we've got a new little ear wire product up that's actually on sale because we introduced it during the fall and winter. And I think we've got gold plated, silver plated, a really pretty copper that's got a very rosy color to it, and black and antique brass. So quite a few different tones of this earring finding, which is really nice. Let's see. Marianne is saying, I would be afraid of where the cat's tail would spread. The paint. Yeah, 100%. You totally would too. You better chase after her with like a piece of paper or a canvas and let her rub up against it and see what she makes, right? We have 19 bead strands left, only 19 bead strands left of the Rosè All Day strand that I'm going to be using today. I think Sarah created something with it on Friday too that you can find over on our Softlex Wire TikTok or Softlex Company Instagram page. Becky says, really pretty beads and bead caps. They are. Yeah, the bead caps make it, they kind of add a little fancy to it. Anne says that she does Shrinky Dinks with her granddaughters. Yeah. I have an artist friend that she does her little paintings, like drawings down on Shrinky Dink, and makes all sorts of little pendants and earrings, and super fun. And I thought about it because I loved these as a kid. Who else loved these? It's like one of those things that was so much fun, but kind of forgotten about, or at least I have. And I think that would be a neat activity to do with your kids or your grandkids. Yeah, Sue is saying she did an icicle strand. That's right. Sarah did do an icicle strand. I think she had put the little snowflakes on there that we got in the kit. But you can also change it up and do some hearts or something that's kind of Valentine's Day charm at the bottom. Shelly has never even heard of a Shrinky Dink. No way. So what it is this plastic material, and it starts out large. So I don't know how big this was to begin with, maybe twice the size, or maybe about twice the size. It starts out large, and you make your drawing on it, and then you can cut it. I don't know if you cut it out. Gosh, it's so long ago that I did it, but I think you cut them out first, and then you put them to bake in the oven, and then they shrink down. So cool. I don't know how he did these great little hole punches in there, though. They're really nice. I'll have to ask him that. Hello, Rosalinda. Welcome. Ellen, yes. Eileen, so cute. Now I want to make Shrinky Dinks. I know, it's been forever. I want to do it too. It sounds like fun. So let's get started on our bracelet first. Here is half of my pattern that I already began. So I'm using the Rosè Gold bead strand, and I've got those little 2x5 millimeter rondelle, and then these glass pearls next to it. And I don't have my little content sheet in front of me. I don't know where it went. I must have lost it, but I think these are 6 millimeter. They look like 6 millimeter to me. So we've got a rondelle and then a pearl pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pearls. And then I have that little spacer, that little pinky peach spacer that came on the Rosè All Day Bead strand, one of these little guys here. And next I'm going to use this as a focal, but I decided to put, I'm going to show you why. I put this on just as it is because they have these gold sides that, you know, already look like bead caps. But I don't know, I just felt like it needed a little bit extra something in between. So I ended up using one of these bead caps from the strand and then string that on. And that just felt a little bit better to me. I think it needed a little bit of the larger size there. So I've got a bead cap on each side. Oh, thanks, Anne. Anne is saying you make the hole before you bake it. Perfect. Rosalinda says she has Shrinky Dink. She was taught to cut it out with die cuts. I've never done that. I think I probably just used a scissor when I was a kid, but die cuts would make it much more consistent and clean, I bet. They are, Susie. Susie says the colors are so pretty and soft, right? It's a lovely color palette. And the lady that taught me used a heat gun to shrink it. Oh, smart. Yeah, I bet a lot of people do that, actually. I bet a lot of people probably use a heat gun. Back in the day when I was a kid, I still don't own a heat gun, but I didn't own a heat gun then. So we would just bake it in the oven. Heat gun is something that I should have. It's one of those like quintessential crafting items, right? But I just never got one of these days. It would be helpful with my painting to speed up the process sometimes. And now I can use it for Shrinky Dinks too. So now there's 2 reasons to get it. So there we've got those 2 big pink beads on either side of that mosaic bead. And then that little peachy spacer. And now we're going to do our pearl pattern again. Get this one out of there, which will be 1 pearl and then 1 rondelle alternating. Just like so. Hi, Sue. We've got a couple of Sues and Susies on here today. I think these little rondelles are so cute. They just pick up a nice little sparkle. I have to be careful when I'm on video. I always seem to miscalculate. Miscalculate my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1 more rondelle at the end. And before I try it on, or at least put it on my wrist, I'm going to put on a bead stopper. Nicole says, this is such a wonderful bracelet. The colors are comforting. They are. They're really soft and pretty. So, and look, I'm wearing a little rosy bracelet today too. Getting all my rosy in there. And let's see, is it too big? Let me just check. No, I think it'll be just right when I add that clasp on there. So I'll do the clasp side first using two 2x2mm gold-filled soft flex crimp tubes, which are fantastic. And then I've got this little lobster clasp, or I can go with a little bit larger one. We'll just take the bead stopper off one side, slide on our crimp. I did have a question about this little guy, actually. I was going to put it on the end where the clasp is, but I could string it. And I think I want it at the end. I think I want it on the clasp side. So I'll do crimp tube strung on the beading wire, then string down the lobster clasp, take the wire end, go back through my crimp tube, and pull it up towards the clasp till I have a nice little loop. When I'm ready, I'm going to use my regular crimping pliers, which have 2 notches. The one in the back is the crimper, and then the one in the front is your rounder. You're going to place it in the back notch first. And give it a good squeeze, just like a nice firm handshake. You don't want to squeeze too hard. What it will do is put that little divot in there, separate. See how each wire is in its own little canal? So now we're going to turn it 90 degrees so that the divot is facing out like a taco. We're going to fold it. See how the divot there is facing out away from my tool? So we're going to squeeze it again and fold it like a taco. And then I use my rounder. I go around a few more times. So I'm just rounding out that crimp tube. And what that does is just give a little extra security in sealing it and helps that crimp tube really cinch down into the nylon coating. And then I'm going to use my flush cutters, take the flat side all the way up towards my crimp and trim off that wire end, and then let those beads float down towards the clasp. Nicole says, yes, next to the clasp, let the focal beads shine, and you still have a little extra bling on the inside of your wrist. That's what I was thinking. I feel like there's a lot going on up here, so it'd probably be nice to let that do its thing. All right, so the next side, I will create a little loop. But first, I might want to do my little dangles. So here I created a little dangle with 1 pearl, 1 rondelle, and a head pin. Attached it to an oval jump ring. And then I want to take this silver jump ring off and attach a gold one instead. So I'll put that aside and save that. Now I can do the same oval jump ring, or I also have some of these little braided ones. But I couldn't tell if these were open or closed. Let's see. Yeah, these are open. Let's see if it's too thick or just too small. It might be. I feel like it's a little small, whereas the oval will hang a little bit better. So we've got two little charms to add. Oh, I actually have a little bit bigger one. Maybe I can attach both of them to this. I thought I pulled out a larger one and then I forgot. And that is, oh, this is also closed, which is even better, I think. So that's a closed jump ring. I'm going to open up this one again. Attach that. Close it. I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with my bent nose pliers. It's so funny how I know so many people use them, and I've been making jewelry for so long. I just never had a pair until recently. And it does feel a little odd to get used to, but I know that it'll help get into like all those little spaces sometimes, right? Lois loves hers. So we've got a little jingle jingle, little wine jingle jingle. And since this is a closed jump ring, I wonder if I should stick it between. Let me see what that looks like. I've never done that before. Where it's not quite at the end, but close to it. Or if I should put it in the little loop. So in this situation, I would create my loop to connect to, and it would be just a little over. What do you guys think of that? Lois loves her bent nose pliers, and Lydia also says she loves her bent nose pliers. She has 2 pairs, so she rarely uses any others. Oh goodness, I'm just getting used to one. But I can see how once I get comfortable with this shape that I probably would like having another. So what's the other option? I was thinking if I put it at the end here, it would slide over my crimp. Or I can put the charm in the loop, but maybe that would get in the way. That was kind of my worry. If the charm is on here, would that be bothersome or would that be okay? Ooh, something got on my hands. Oh, I think it was from my charm here. Marianne says, works for me. I want to see here what it would feel like if I put it in the loop. I think I would like a thinner pair as well. Lydia says, mine are needle nose, so they're not as thick as yours. So I can see having one like mine and then also having one a little bit thinner. Yeah, so if I end up putting it here, I feel like it'll get in the way. Loretta says, I like where you place the dangles. I think it would be hard to clasp in the loop. I love my bent nose pliers. All right, so let's go with the first idea. I think you're right. I think it would get in the way. So here it's towards the back and it'll help with the weight of finding my little loop to clasp it, but not get in my way. A lot of times when I do charms like that, I think I'm using a toggle clasp. So it would be totally okay to have a charm there and then have your toggle bar. But since I'm not using a toggle on this one, I felt like it needed to change its position a little bit. Okay, so before I crimp, you want to make sure that your bracelet is not going to be too tight. You'll have a little space to bend your beading wire. So it's a good habit to put your bracelet into a circle shape. So you can see if it was too tight, I wouldn't be able to get it into that shape. And then make your loop however you want it. I kind of want it small. I hope I'm not making it difficult to put on for myself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and crimp, and I'm going to start with the back notch first and get that crimp in there. I'm also facing it where the divot is going to be on the back side. So when I squeeze, my divot is on the back side, and then I'm turning it 90 degrees, putting it in the front like a taco. Going to squeeze that, and then I'm going to go around a few times. And trim off the excess. Let's see. Ooh, the charm helps me kind of grab it. You know how sometimes your bracelet's hard to get to? That charm helps me kind of grab it down. And there we go. Yeah, it's in a good placement. So pretty. So let's make a quick pair of earrings to match, and then we'll be all set. So these two are from the bead strand, the Rosè All Day Bead strand. And they kind of came just like that. So easy peasy. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. We're just going to add a little pearl to the top. The wine charm. Excuse me. Mike is asking, where did you get the wine charm? James made it for us. James at Softlex Company, he made it for us, and we used it in our Rosè All Day. There we go. Let me just move that up a little bit because I've got some light issues. in the Rosè All Day design kit. So it's sold out, that particular design kit. It was just sort of a one-off thing that he made for us to go with the theme of our mystery kit from last month. So our mystery kit this month is called Lunar New Year. So you can go ahead and grab that. That'll be the one we are revealing at the end of this month. So to make these cute little earring dangles, we're just going to take a head pin, slide on that pink faceted drop from the bead strand and the bead cap, and then one of these pink rosy glass beads. Take our chain nose plier, turn it down to a 90-degree angle, then take our round nose plier and go up about halfway, maybe a little bit closer to the tip than halfway. Go up and around. Then I reposition my plier so I can go under. And then you can either just cut where they meet for a simple dangle, or you can hold on to it and wrap around. And here is where I was having fun with my bent nose pliers on my first one, because that really kind of gets it out of the way, right? That's pretty nice. And then you can take your chain nose pliers and wrap it around a few times. To create a wrapped dangle. And I'm just going to trim off this little excess so I don't fight with it. You're welcome, Mike. Yeah, we tend to put like some little extras and one-off things in our design kits. So this just happened to be one of those. Using your chain nose pliers, you just wiggle your ear wires back in place and slide on your little dangle. Jax took a little break from snow blowing. So many snow days over there out in the world. I always feel like we're just like, what does that even mean? Ooh. So I'll just bring it up a little bit. See, pretty fun. All right, I think that'll be my final project from the Rosè All Day Bead design kit and bead strand and bead mix. Super fun. So glad I got to use that little charm that James made for us. Love it, love it, love it. This week, we've got Galentine's Day coming up. So I think we sold out of our Galentine's supply kit today, but you can find us. Sarah and I will be working with these items from the supply kit and all of the beads from Jesse James Beads. I just got my little package in the mail the other day, so I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to make. But you can find Sarah on Thursday night and me on Friday night for the Galentine's Day jewelry party with Jesse James Beads. It'll be hosted over on the Jesse James Beads Facebook page, and there'll also be designers Brittany Shavers and Wendy Whitman joining us as well. So if you got your kit, hooray! And you should have gotten the supply kit and the bead kit. Supply kit from us at softflexcompany.com and the bead kit from Jesse James Beads. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek here of a couple of the things. And if you did get your kit, you can sign up for the Valentine Bracelet Exchange. So we have a form on our website, softflexcompany.com, in the Galentine product description, as well as Jesse James Beads has the form in their product description. And I've also been sharing it in our emails over the last week or so, where you can click and fill out. I think you have to do it by today. Yeah, today is January 17th. So if you want to join us in the exchange, it'll be a bracelet exchange. You'll get paired up with a galentine, a gal buddy, and you make something for them. They'll make something for you, and we'll do a little love mail. You'll also get the chance to chat with them during the party days too, so you can kind of get to know them a little bit. Sarah and I are both participating in the exchange, so somebody will get me, and I'll get someone, and someone will get Sarah, and Sarah will get someone who signs up. So we're looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun. That'll be this Thursday and Friday. They start at 4 p.m. Pacific time both days. And then I think we've got 2 hours. And then we've also got a bonus wine and bead Zoom party on Friday night, which you can join if you wanted to as well. You can find the details over on jessejamesbeads.com. They've got that details in their product description. Yay, Sue, Irish Heritage Sue. She got her Soft Flex Galentine kit, and her Jesse James Beads kit is on the way. Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot to play with. I think each of the designers is going to pick one strand or mix. There's two bead mixes and 2 strands. So you'll get a total of 4 different designs. Plus, I'm sure you'll have some beads left over to play with. Thanks for the design. You're welcome, Monica. Thank you, Danielle and Cynthia, Loretta and Gabriella. Thanks for all the love. Becky says, I love the bracelet you're wearing. This is my, what did I call this? I did a 3-strand, excuse me. I did a 3-strand design on Free Spirit Beading probably about a year ago. Might have been around this time last year. I think it was called like Divine Feminine or Rose Quartz. These are called Rose Quartz bead colored beads here. Gosh, I'll have to see if we can find it, but it's in the Free Spirit Beading playlist over on the Softflex YouTube channel. So you can find it there, and maybe type in Rose Quartz. That might bring it up, or the Rose Diamond Beads. Maybe Damian will be able to find it. I think he's looking for it. I can see him looking over there. I'm trying to remember what we called it. Really? Mary says that she's watching both places, but the YouTube volume, because Facebook kept losing sound. Interesting. There was so much stuff in the Softflex kit. There is. You get a really good value for the money on the Softflex kit. You'll have a lot of supplies left over, some beading wire and craft wire for sure to use on some other designs. So that'll be great. Well, I don't think Damian was able to find it because I'm not very good at explaining what the name might have been for this particular design. So we'll have to look and see if I can find it later and just add it to the comments. Lydia says she usually watches on YouTube because Facebook freezes. Yeah, I think overall YouTube probably has a little bit better of a steady stream. Facebook is a little more volatile depending on whatever's going on. So if you're ever having trouble watching on Facebook, hop over to the YouTube channel and you'll probably get a little bit better of a stream coming through. All right, everybody, have a, Damian thinks he found it. All right, so I'm going to share this here as a possibility. It's the bracelet design and the earrings too. They were together. I hope everyone has a wonderful week, And I look forward to seeing you all at the Galentine's party. Yay! I can't wait. So join Sarah on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time on the Softlex Company Facebook page or YouTube channel for her video. And then you'll see us both Thursday and Friday evening, 4 p.m. Pacific time over on the Jesse James Beads Facebook page, I believe it is. All right. See you all then. Bye.